Hi. So I wanted to give you a quick overview of how to use Brand Canvas. You'll get access to the Miro board. This is a tool that we use for the canvas. First of all, you need to get this board. The instructions of how to do that are listed in this post-it note. So first of all, you have to sign up, create a new board, and then share it with this email address, giving edit rights, and then we'll transfer the canvas to you. As you see, the canvas has 12 templates. These templates are there for you to work on when you are crystallizing the essence of the brand. The first 3 pages are cover pages, and you can customize them if you are doing a presentation for a client. And then the rest of the sheets are really there to extract the core information needed to understand the essence of the brand, and that will lay the foundation for the brand strategy. So as you can see here, the fourth page is about the whys, about the impact that you want the brand to create in the world, and about the next level of success. The fifth sheet is about the authentic points and proof points. Then it's about identifying the ideal customer persona of the brand, identifying the positioning statement, defining the brand archetype. And as you can see here, for this particular page, we have suggested brainstorming cards. So there is another sheet that you can zoom in. And when you are working with a client or working on your own brand, you can choose the archetype that best describes the brand, click on the card, and drag and drop it into this area. Usually when I facilitate workshops, we allow, and there is a group of people who are answering the questions. People can vote. You kind of give access to this screen and ask people to put, let's say, red dots or green dots on each of these cards to see which of the archetypes they think the brand really represents. What this does is that it sets the brand in a certain personality direction. Not always every brand is exactly the same in this archetype. In fact, very rarely it's the case, but it gives more or less the flavor of what the brand is about. Then we have personality traits section, so defining which of the personality traits the brand embodies and which are really not what the brand embodies. To define that, you can also use the personality traits cards, and in the same way, just you can take the card and drag and drop it onto the personality traits section. In the same fashion, if you have a group of people for whom you facilitate the workshop, you allow people to log in onto Miro and drag and drop green or red dots to vote for which personality traits they think the brand embodies. And this creates a very interesting discussion, allows you to get to know people, and so forth. Then we have the tone of voice. So similarly, there is another set of cards that define tone of voice. And here we have definitions of tone of voice and some examples. So you can mix and match them when you are defining the tone of voice. So you can add some yeses for descriptors and some yeses for examples. Adding examples for tone of voice is very helpful because that really gives a much better clarity. Um, and then we have the style characteristics. There are two sheets for that to define the yes side and the no side. So this is really all about look and feel. On this side, there is example of how a potential style could look like. So it could be a mixture of images and style characteristic cards. Of course, you can drag and drop images here from anywhere on the internet, or you can use our style cards or brand cards, digital versions, which are curated images, and that makes the experience a bit more smoother and faster. The style characteristic cards are here. So this also sets like a common vocabulary for you to use when you're working with a client. So you can, when you're discussing what should this brand represent from the look and feel, what should be the style elements, you can really use these cards as a way to facilitate a clear conversation. We all know that in order for communication to be smooth, you need to really use the same words or to clarify what is meant behind those words. So this is exactly the purpose of this. So the style sheets are, again, as you can see from the thumbnails, it's a mixture of images and words. So when you create the brand canvas, you can then export each of these sheets into a PDF document. So first of all, you click on the side, click export as image, and then choose the PDF version. So then you export different PDFs. You can merge them into one PDF and send them as a presentation to the client, or really use this board as a document for the client because it's much more interactive. You can invite other people to collaborate with you, to brainstorm with you, and so forth. In terms of filling things out, it's really straightforward. As you can see here, there are placeholders for where you need to type in text. And it's just a matter of double clicking and writing things in here. So when it comes to dragging and dropping images, you can just take an image from your computer and drag here. It's really straightforward. Now, if you wanted to learn more about the process of facilitating a brand strategy workshop and really making the best of this brand canvas, then the brand strategy kit or the brand strategy framework are really the best resources for that, because they give you a step-by-step process of what questions to ask in addition to the questions that you see on the brand canvas. So you really facilitate an effective and successful communication between the client and yourself. So there is much more that needs to happen for the brand strategy conversation to uncover the elements that are listed here. What we have here is really that distilled essence of the brand, which is the end point that we want to get to after we run a brand strategy workshop. So I hope this helps. Miro is a really handy tool. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but we really found it to be the most user-friendly, especially when working remotely and working with groups of people. You could not achieve that with Photoshop or some other software. This is a collaboration-focused tool where you can facilitate meetings and really work with multiple teams. So I think this is the essence of what I wanted to share. If you have any questions, please join our Slack channel. I'll be there to support you, and also watch out for any live Q&As that we are organizing. So that's a good time to meet and discuss what you're trying to achieve. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for trusting us and for buying the brand canvas. And I wish you all the best in your creative adventures. So see you soon.